was the best player you played against?
Who stuck out then? Hard question, Si. There was nobody really I came across that ever gave me a hard time. One particular player who I hated playing against, and he had a great left foot, was a guy called Ian Scanlon. Played wide left for St Mirren, and he played with Aberdeen. And because he was a now left-sided player, he just used to hug the touchline all the time, and he had great delivery. You know, the old Beckham type, whip it into the box. And I hated playing against Scan, I hated it. At that time, I didn't really bother about anybody, because you were playing with the Rangers, you had the ball a lot anyway, and you were booming on a lot. And I was never a great defender as such. Used to get into a wee bit awkward situations, but my delivery was good into the box, and I used to play balls in and just get up and down the line. So really, I let them worry about me more than I really worried about the opposition players. Nobody really ever gave me a real hard time.
And the hardest opposition player, who was the hardest?
A guy called Middley Park. I used to play against him, and then he became a player with me, was Walter Kidd. He played opposite side, but we always seemed to clash for some reason. But I know that Coop used to hate playing against him, because we used to travel back and go back to, we used to take Coop home. We say right Hearts and Saturday, Coop, but you think he's like, says, I'm playing against Watty Kidd, and again obviously I can't use the words that Coop used, but he hated playing against Watty Kidd. Watty Kidd couldn't run side, but he was a good player and he could read the game, and Coop hated playing against him because he couldn't get by him, because Watty used to nip him and pull his hair and nip his legs and his arms and all that, but tough player Watty Kidd.
So how was the relationship in the days with the fans? It's obviously a changed era, before the days of the mobile phones and new technology, but you used to enjoy the functions, going to the Edmondson Club?
All the time, the Edmondson Club, the wee Rangers Club, and about them all, far and wide, out to Larne with Big Joe and Andy Kennedy, up north to Ross County Rangers Supporters Club up there, and it wouldn't be the same without a Saturday. It always used to be me, McCoist, the gaffer, because at that time I'd just broken, I was getting a lot of young players. Coisty was young, a player, and the gaffer would always say, where are we going tonight? Where are we going tonight, Big Joe? Where are we going tonight? Where are we going tonight? Going to Arkall, we're going to Hamlet, we're going to Erdington, we're going to this, that. Brilliant. And young John Wallace, his boy, great lad, who was at college and probably didn't know what it was all about, but he wasn't long knowing what it was all about after he'd been to a couple of functions with me, because he'd be phoning me up saying, where are we going to the weekend, Burnsy? Right? I'll pick you up and take you there. But again, when you went to supporters clubs, and you know what we do a wee bit after dinner now, and it's like, you never leave a Rangers side, you always get treated the way Rangers players get treated by supporters. It's magnificent. I get as big a buzz walking into a Rangers club now, and you know what I mean, and I didn't play 9 in a row, I didn't win a lot with the Rangers, but I think the Rangers fans appreciate how I was when I played with the Rangers, and they never ever forget that. And when you went to these supporters, they would have done anything for you, everything, red carpet material, and I forget one of the times we were at Paisley Town Hall, young player, Coisty's player, but he's late, there's a surprise, and I'm sitting at the top table and I'm looking at my watch, and I'm apologised, and next thing these doors burst open, right, and McCoy comes in and he's high-fiving me, everybody all doing the hill, and he's walking up, he's shaking out his hand, and that was McCoy. He got away with it because he got in, but don't forget these things.
So how do you feel nowadays that the players don't, almost to a man, don't attend any of these? Do you think they should?
Well, I didn't really know that, obviously. I don't understand why, because there's still as many Rangers supporters player of the years out there. There surely must be, if no more. So who actually goes and collects these player of the years? You have player of the years dinners to get the buzz of seeing a player walk through those doors. I can't really understand who makes that decision on you're no going to collect your player of the year for a club that's basically paying your wages.
It started off as around about 10 years ago when Rangers done the annual Rangers rally,
right.
And the last 2 years the Rangers team didn't turn up at all. Usually the Rangers players famously came to the rally.
Absolutely, you were there all the time, but again, somebody at powers that be are making that decision, which is for me is wrong, because the famous last words, you know, the punters or the punters play the players' wages, and that's exactly still the same as it is when it was and it is now. So they should be out there more, no doubt about that.
Yeah. So that takes us on through your career. 1986, Graham Souness arrives at Ibrox. What was your experience with Graham, and your thoughts now when you look back on it, how it panned out?
First and foremost, I thought it was going to be a big help for my career. Scottish football, international football, I was coming to be the player manager with the club that I still wanted to play for, and obviously Rangers had made this massive big signing because nobody was sure, you know, if their contract was safe, if they were going to be moving on. But I think what happened with me personally, I was playing every week, I was flying, and I thought everything was going to be okay. I thought I'd have been Souness's type of player. But I think there was a lot of things getting said about me at the time that weren't true, and a lot of stuff got back to Souness through powers that be at the club, that I think it kind of swayed Souness's perception and thoughts towards me. I can't really mention any names, Si. The people who know the club and know who was in charge of the club at that time will know who I'm kind of talking about. So it still hurts me 20 odd years later that somebody that was never involved in football until he was put into that position was kind of upset with the kind of remark I made at a supporters dinner one night, and it got back to Souness, and Souness kind of swayed towards the powers that be, and I've never really come out and said it, but I'll not mention any names, but the real Rangers fans will know who was in charge and who was, let's just say, running the club at that time, and Souness and I just didn't see eye to eye after that.
So you never got your chance at all?
Well, he did play me, but it was really only over a season. It was about 8, 9, 10 games, even if I was lucky, and it was on and off. And I still knew I had the ability to play because he was chopping and changing the right backs week in, week out. But because him and I weren't getting on, I was just knowing his thoughts at all. I was going to be with the reserves, and it was a major shock to the system. 1 minute to be in the first team as a boy, and then not to be in it. So obviously I kind of thought the writing's on the wall here, and before you knew it, he'd phoned me to say that Hearts had been on the phone and they'd accepted a bid for myself and Big David McPherson. It was near a shock me leaving because Big Slim had played all that season, first year that we won, remember up at Pittodrie, but I think he never forget that Big Slim had made a mistake against Hamilton Accies in the Cup that season. Yeah. And I think the stick he gave Big Slim in that dressing room on that Saturday was nobody's business. I was in Leeds at that time on loan, so I came back up, and before you knew it, I was involved with Bill McMurdo, who was still speaking. Bill would do the dinners and all that, and Bill looked after me, and before you knew it I was on my way through to Hearts, and that was the end of my Rangers career. Kind of short and sweet, season in the reserves, downhearted, fed up, and it kind of just knocked the stuffing for me completely.
So obviously when you look back and you look at how successful Rangers became in that, what they called a revolution, fantastic times for Rangers. Obviously you'll have some big regrets of the way it panned out.
I would love to have been part of that Souness revolution, because obviously the guys I mentioned earlier on, me, Derek, Flecky and Durante, he played, and I always just wondered that if he had taken a shining to me the way he did the other boys, then I'd have been in the first team. That I'd have played. I knew that, because one, I'd have done anything for him anyway, and obviously he knew I wanted to play. So massive regrets. There's hardly. I think maybe as you get older, you get maybe more soppy as well when you think about what you did as a Rangers player, what you could have done, and then the career. Really, when you leave the Rangers, there's very, very few players leave the Rangers. If I think the last 10, 15 years, the top of my head, the only one that's really left the Rangers went on to do great things is wee Charlie Adam. You know that way, because if you do leave the Rangers or the Celtic, and you go to another Scottish club, very, very few. And Charlie probably done the right thing, as in going down south to take a step down to go back up again. So it is hard to leave the Rangers, because you're always away trying to prove them wrong, and it never works out.
And when you look at the type of player you were, the type of player that Souness liked in his team, aggressive?
Well, that's one of life's mysteries. So again, I go down to the politics at the time. People were saying him and I had a stand-up fight. We didn't. Came close a few times, purely just out of frustration. Maybe on the training ground, tackles flying in at the Albion. I think probably because I had a bigger pair of thighs than him, he didn't like it for a start anyway. So I think he took a bit of umbrage to that. But no, I left the Rangers. I still had 3 in my contract to go, Simon, and that was hard to swallow. Leaving that behind me. But we at McDonald's sold the Hearts on me. Him and Sandy were there, and they were doing very, very well, and they kind of sold the Hearts on to me. But I think one of the biggest regrets was I should probably have went to England after leaving the Rangers, because they'd been out my system then. I'd have been away out, because when you're with the Hearts, you still obviously wish you were stuck with the Rangers, and I don't mean that disrespectful to the Hearts, but I never really get Rangers out of my system.
And as the years have passed, have you ever met Souness again and spoken to him?
No, I've never seen him again. And I'm 46 in December, and that was 22 when I left, 21, 22. So 23, 24 years have been and gone. I've never seen him. He obviously does very well on the media side of things. He's been an absolute disaster as a manager. I'm not afraid to say that, and he has. Yeah. Apart from obviously his short spell at Rangers, but what he did everything then anyway. So no, I would probably walk by him. I'm still that bad about it. I would walk past him, you know, because he ruined my career, and well, it's just like a workplace. If you don't get on with somebody, then you move on and you try and go on with it. But no, I would be better to him to probably do it.
That age, once a Ranger, always a Ranger.
Once a Ranger, always a Ranger side. That's in my blood. That will never leave me. I still go back to Larkhall to see my pals who still continue to go to Curly's in Larkhall for a bevy before the bus picks them up. My dad, who still watches all the Rangers games, and if I'm still playing, that's in my blood, and great as well, because I moved here 18, 19 years ago when I signed to Kilmarnock, and it's a great move because there's lovely people down here, taking on away from Lanarkshire, but I'm really settled in.
Finish, a former teammate of yours and friend, Alan McCoist, becomes the Rangers manager. What's your thoughts on how it's went so far and the future for him?
I think he's taken on one of the biggest jobs in world football. I think there's nobody bigger to be at the helm, because I think they do need a Rangers man always at the helm. His backroom staff are of the same obviously upbringing as he has, and they've been there a while as well, so there's nothing wrong with that either. I think it's a bit unfair to compare us with the Premiership, because it's like chalk and cheese. It's chalk and cheese, and you know, again, people who slag us, never played the game, go back to the media side of things, never played it, never been at the sharp end of it. I think the Rangers fans do need to give them. I think the Celtic fans were pretty good to Neil Lennon last year, considering they had it in the bag and they lost it. So I think Coisty will be looking for at least a season, but it is going to be a dogfight with them and Celtic again, because obviously twos are out of Europe now, and it's going to be tough. But there's no reason why. I think really he could win the league. I think he'll win the league again. I really do. I get a feeling that he's first year, because Coisty is the luckiest man in the world anyway. You know that way. It's always been said. He's been lucky. But over the last couple of interviews, I've noticed that wee edge just isn't there. But you'd find that with most managers that are under pressure now, isn't he? You know, he's taken on a massive job. And I spoke to him. The last actually I spoke to him, it was the back end of last year. They'd had a golf day down in Prestwick, and they came into the pub and we had a great day. And I'm just worried wee days like that you're not allowed to do now, Simon. You know that way. You know, let his hair down and relax, have a few beers with the boys, and days wee pub crawl. And Coisty can't do that because he's a Rangers manager. Yeah. So I just hope he doesn't lose that. He doesn't lose that wee edge of being able to go down into his village and have a beer because he's a Rangers manager. It was different. He was a coach. He could do that. He's not just in the limelight. He's the way he is now. But listen, it was the same when Tam got the Celtic job when he left Kilmarnock. They all told me he was taking it too quick. Tam, big Celtic fan, might never get asked again. Look what happened to Tam. So with Coisty, same thing. If it doesn't work out, Coisty will bounce back anyway. That is the most important thing in his life right now. I know that by knowing him. But he'll still have that wee chippy side in the dressing room when the media don't see all that. And he'll still get a massive ruthless streak in him. I've seen that at my cost, because I know what he's like when he gets angry. And if he just gets a wee break and gets on a wee run, then the Rangers fan behind him, Alan McCoist as a manager, dream days, isn't it?
So lastly, before we finish the interview, looking back on your career and being lucky enough to have played for the Glasgow Rangers, sum up your memories and your thoughts on it.
Broke into the first team, 16, 17 year old, still living in the town of Larkhall, all my pals there, you know, singing your name, having obviously a great start to my career, winning the cup final when I was young, not knowing what's ahead of you. Being 16, 17 years a professional footballer, meet some lovely people, great managers, characters, did okay out it, and what you do in your football career can stand you in good stead for what you do in your later years. So if you look after yourself, and sometimes when players finish they think the world owes them a living, you've got to go on with life, Simon. You've got to dig in. We had a laugh earlier on. I joined the car trade when, you know, straight after the game, and people would come in and buy cars off me and we'd have a bit of banter. And then obviously we've progressed into what we're doing now. But football was good to me, not as good as what it is now to the players, of course. But what I did with a Rangers player, because it is, once a Ranger, always a Ranger, people will always remember me as being an ex-Rangers player. And believe you me, that doesn't do you any harm in life.
And the Rangers fan?
Big time.